Let's go to the 68 Ventures Bowl. You got Arkansas State playing against Bowling Green. An Arkansas State team that, boy, was I high on them this year. You returned a lot on defense. Sure, you lost your best piece in the secondary on the defensive side of the football. And I guess your best, because Kieron Crawford went to Auburn as well. So you did lose a nice piece there on the edge. Offensively, sure, you lost uh, Foreman, right? Who cares? You got Corey Rucker, right? And early in the season, he was balling, but just, I don't know. It did not come together the way that I thought it would, especially on the defensive side of the football. Good Lord, was it bad. And Bowling Green has some dogs on their team that are ready to bark because they've got weapons, they got explosive plays, they got an experienced veteran quarterback stepping up to the plate here. Yeah, the line here is 7, and I think what are we picking this at? We're picking it at 7.5. All right, so if you think Arkansas State's going to win this game, and you can get it at 8s too if you're into that, if you like Arkansas State in the spot, you need a Jalen Rayner masterclass, and you need to somehow stop Harold Fannin. Which, by the way, I will say, for some reason, and I think Bowling Green has other pieces other than Harold Fannin, but for some reason, when you do stop Harold Fannin, there have been instances where Bowling Green's offense has gone stagnant. The question is, can you do that as Arkansas State? I really want to take Arkansas State in this game, but I can't get myself to do it. I'm on Bowling Green here to win and cover.
Yeah, I'm with you here too. I do think it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, Bowling Green going down to Mobile, Alabama, Arkansas State, heading over to Alabama, not too far for them. But yeah, I'm with you here. Arkansas State's defense, I just don't trust them. Right, they're 131st out of 134 teams in rush defense. They're 95th in pass defense, 112th in sacks. Right, a lot of things that you want to be able to do to stop this offense in Bowling Green. It's not, you haven't done it all year, right? And this is, I think, you're seeing some of the better talent you have seen all year long. Um, I think Stewart's gonna play, right? I think he's committed right to Virginia Tech. I think that was big news for them. The running back there, but him and Patterson, I think, got to keep going, right? I think you control time possession. I think playing with a lead is super important because of how good, honestly, Arkansas State has been running the football, right? I do think this is a team where negative game script or game script is going to play a big part here in letting teams do what they want to do, controlling tempo, controlling time of possession, pace, all that good stuff. Wide receiver Malcolm Johnson for Bowling Green. You mentioned if Fannin can't get going, right? Malcolm Johnson had a nice game against Miami, Ohio, right? In that last week there in the MAC. If he can have another nice game, that would do wonders, I think, for this offense and Bazelak. Also, Harold Fannin, too, 11 yards away from the tight end, all-time tight end single season receiving record, right? I believe that's what it is, 11 yards, right? Now, we'll see how productive he is and how many snaps he's getting after those 11 yards. But if I'm him, right, I get a chance to play in a national stage, right? Prime time, right, 8 p.m. Central Time there, local time on ESPN, day after Christmas, right? Not a lot going on. You got a chance there to put on a show against a team that has been susceptible to the pass. We talked about them, 95th in pass defense there. Moving on to Arkansas State here, Jalen Rayner, yes, a lot is put on him too, but he has struggled at times taking care of the football, taking sacks. He's got over 2 sacks a game at 27. It's not ideal, especially a Bowling Green team that's been opportunistic there, right? And they're 41st in sacks. They're 21st in pass defense, right? I I don't know. I don't see a ton of optimism here for Arkansas State. I think there's a reason why that line is at a touchdown. I feel pretty good about it. Give me Bowling Green.
Yeah, whenever there was like someone that you needed to stop, right, on a team, when Arkansas State, there's a guy that you watch on film, and you're like, okay, that's the guy I need to stop, right? Uh, they couldn't do it. Devontae Ross, over 100 yards. Traylon Washington, over 100 yards. Amon Hardy, Louisiana Monroe, over 200 yards rushing,
Come
right?
on.
Traylon Washington, Pat Conroy, 2 touchdowns. I mean, just this was just not a good football team, guys, this year. It really wasn't. I think they benefited a little bit from, uh, granted, they had a tough out of conference slate. Do you want to count Central Arkansas in there? Giving them a little bit of heartburn there late in the game. Corey Rucker heroics in that game, by the way. If you missed that game, it was awesome. Um, but just yeah, I can't do it. Jamal Pritchett, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. How are they going to stop Harold Fannin when they have not stopped a single team's best player from going nuclear on them? They're not going to do it. I want to put this on my best bets, and I probably will privately put this as a bet of mine day of the game, just because I think 7.5 points is a lot, right, for a Bowling team, Green team that's been a little bit inconsistent. But I, the 68 Ventures Bowl was a blowout last year, right? Um, but it was a
It
Sun
was
Belt
Sun
team,
Belt over the MAC. Yeah.
right?
South Alabama destroying Eastern Michigan.
I think this could be a similar game. Could be wrong. Again, you never know when you're going to get a Jalen Raynor masterclass, right? Talking about a team that was actually technically in it to win the Sun Belt in like the last 2 weeks of the season. So I don't know. Maybe I'm giving Arkansas State too hard of a time. I mean, they went 7-5, 5-3 in the Sun Belt, but man, you missed Marshall, you missed James Madison, you missed Georgia Southern from the other division. I mean, your crossovers were Old Dominion when they were playing bad, and you lost to them, uh, and Georgia State. So I don't know. And in a Sunbelt West, that maybe was not as strong as has been in past years when Troy's normally pretty good. So I don't know. Sorry, Arkansas State. Maybe you got a little bit more hate from us than you probably deserve, but needless to say, CD and I are both heavily on Bowling Green here in this spot.
Well, here's what I'll say too. I think you look at a script and you go back to that Arkansas State game. Excuse me, Arkansas State South Alabama game, where South Alabama put up a ton of yards, right, but not a ton of points. And I think a similar spot here, where if you're winning on third down, like timely stops for you is going to be huge in this game, right? Winning in red zone, third down, fourth down, different things that you can do. Maybe throw some wrinkles there in bowl prep to get off the field on those certain plays. Pick and choose your spots. You're not going to be dominant in this game. Neither defense will. I'll say that. Neither defense will. It's going to be about being opportunistic, choosing your spots, getting off the field in clutch spots there, as well as momentum and kind of all how the game script is going here will be huge. But yeah, it's tough for Arkansas State. Although we're big Arkansas State fans on this show, I think
Yeah,
we like Butch Jones there and what he can do with the talent and honestly resources they have there. Also, this is my every time we talk about Arkansas State, I have to throw him in there. Timmy McClain is a freaking stud, right? I think he's the best backup quarterback in the Sun Belt this year. Obviously, Raynor's a stud. We love him, what he did there. Glad he said Arkansas State, but McClain will be a nice piece for somebody, I think, in the portal. But had to say that.